Bonus points to anybody that can tell me what year this truck is. I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna make you guess. But it sounds like they definitely already cut the cats off of it. But it's an F-250. Y'all remember that Mitsubishi commercial from the 90s? The days go by? That brings back memories. Yep, 56. I love the instrument clusters in these cars, in the dash. This one has seen way better days. Sometimes you just have to take a break from work, go to the junkyard, spend all your money on parts. Check this out. I believe 56 Chevrolet. Yep, 56. Now y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but 55 would have had a 265 in it. And I believe early 56s also came with the 265s before they changed over to 283s. And I want to say the 265s didn't have an oil filter on them, right? Is that how you tell? Y'all comment and let me know. This is way before my time. It mounts in the front, see? This motor mounts in the front. Now, I know 265s mounted in the front. Did early 283s also mount in the front? Man, this thing is rougher than the night in the county jail, but it is so cool. Four-door. Makes you wonder how long just this thing's been set. Still got a little bit of trim work on this side. They will never make cars like this again. Oh, no surprise that door's stuck. Let's see if we can get the driver's door open so y'all can see the interior of this thing. There we go. I love the instrument clusters in these cars, in the dash. That is so cool. Steering wheel, still got the seats. Amazes me that the seats are still as there as they are after just sitting like this for years. Man, this thing's just about had it. Now this would have been a nice truck back in the day. I believe it was a 79. I think 78 had the round headlights and 79 had the square headlights. Y'all tell me if that's right. What motor was in this thing? 351 modified 400. I seen this truck months ago when it came in. There's not much left of it now. But I'm glad somebody grabbed the steering column and steering wheel out of it. It had a wheel with cruise control on it, and I don't think I'd ever seen that on one of these trucks. Still got some pieces left, some door panels. Maybe a couple doors. I don't want to get into this poison. Looks like we may have a little bit of rust at the bottom, but we expect it's what, 43 years old, 44 years old, something like that. I just got done working 12 hours. Don't expect me to do math. I'm going to show y'all some old stuff and new stuff. If junkyard visits are something y'all want to see more of, just let me know. Lord God knows I live here. I'll be glad to take y'all along and show you the junk that I don't need to be buying. Here's something else that's old that I bet a lot of people don't know what this is, and I'm not going to say it right away. See if you can guess. You can probably make out the manufacturer on the front. That'll be your first hint. I'm going to scroll over this fender. I don't want y'all to see the name tag or the badge on it to give away what it is. But it is a two-door, and it is a wagon. I want one of these so bad to put on that Blazer chassis that I have. Any guesses on what this might be? Because I'm fixing to tell you. It's going to be early 50s Plymouth Suburban. I bet y'all didn't know Plymouth made a Suburban, did you? But they did. I think this is a 108-inch wheelbase, so it's a very tiny little wagon. But they are neat. I really want one of these to put on my Blazer chassis that I got. I really need a wagon in my life. Look at the back. Got the ridges in the floor. Man, that's just cool. I wish it was in better shape though. This is the car my buddy's wheels come off of. Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. Man, I remember these cars back in high school. I love the body style on these cars. I guess this one's like a late 90s, early 2000s. I'm thinking more early 2000s. This one's a Spider. I can't remember what all that entails for it to be a Spider. What's different from that from the other ones? And I used to really like these cars. Y'all remember that Mitsubishi commercial from the 90s? The Days Go By? That brings back memories. Y'all remember these things from the 90s? Big old Buick Roadmaster. Man, those things rode like a dream. I got a buddy that has one of these things that's like pristine. Is Roadmaster or Caprice? This one's a Roadmaster. Look at the interior in this thing, man. That dashboard, Lord God, you could have a picnic on the dashboard of this thing. I did get a little red S10 a couple months back. And this one, if I can get over here without breaking my neck, this one's got buckets in it. And a little center console, I guess the lid's missing. Now that bucket over there's fabric's tore up, but man, I mean, it ain't horrible. That's weird that the passenger seat has got the tears in it and the driver's seat's the better one. It's normally the other way around. I like new stuff, I like old stuff, I like everything in between, and I try to show y'all a little bit of all of it. So I'm gonna show you one thing before I gotta go home and get to bed. Check this out. I believe this is it's either a 57, 8, or 9, right? And I'm not sure which. I think that's a 57. Y'all tell me and let me know. But it's an F250 with a flatbed. How cool is this? It's actually got a pretty decent body on it. I was looking at it earlier. Only real damage that I see these cab corners? I think they were rust free. That's what makes me sick. But it looks like the forks got them when they picked it up. That's gonna happen in the junkyard. But that could be fixed. Look at the interior in this thing. I love the instrument clusters in these. And it's a 250 with a 3-speed on the column. I guess it's a 3-speed on the column. I don't think they ever put 4 speeds on the column. Oh yeah. Be a 223. Of course, they had a bigger displacement later in the years, didn't they? Like a 260 something, y'all tell me. I guarantee you that thing would run. Don't take my fingers off. I want to find out. I don't think they ever put a 4-speed on the column in these trucks, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Oh, she ain't gonna cooperate. Clutches to the floor. Oh, there we go. No, they couldn't have done a 4-speed on the column, because Ford did do some 4 speeds on the column, but reverse was on the dash. You couldn't actuate it on the column. So that's a 3-speed F250. I may be wrong, but I could have swore most of these come with a 4-speed on the floor. All right, I gotta get out of here before I spend too much money. How about this one? Dodge Conquest or Mitsubishi Starion. I really wanted to try to save this car, but unfortunately they started parting it out before I could. Always love the wheels on these things. I think it's a 2.7 liter turbocharged. I could be wrong on this, and y'all correct me if I am, but I think this is one of the fastest cars during the time of its production. Oh man, they just totally gutted the interior. I remember when they got this thing in, it was all complete, all together, but too much trouble now to try to bring it back. What a shame. I'm here to start one of the most lackluster in unmemorable, most forgettable cars ever, a Toyota Corolla. I'm looking at this thing just for parts. I would love to try to fix this car, but unfortunately, it's got a salvage title on it and I don't have the means to fool with that right now. Oh, poison ivy everywhere, that's nice. The interior though, is really what I want to try to save, because I know when I get something, the interior is probably going to be wore out. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not bad. Oh, let's see. Let's pull that out, but it doesn't look like they cracked anything. Oh, man, this thing's got more miles on it than I realized. I thought it was 193,000. This thing's got 293,000. Ugh. That makes me slightly less interested now. I thought it was a low mileage car. How did I make that mistake? Well, we come this far, we might as well start it. I think we can start it. I don't see anything touching the belts that would grab. What's the oil look like? Oh, not very good at all. It's low. Low. Would not surprise me if it's burning a little bit of oil with that many miles. And the one that I had used a little bit of oil too. They don't hold much. I think it's like 3 quarts. Well, I come this far, we're gonna see what it'll do. Positive. Oh, we got tonnage. You know, another thing too, I guess the radiator's busted out of it, so we can't run it long. Oh yeah, she's bone dry. I'm sure it's damaged in the wreck. Let's see how tough these old Toyotas are. I bet it starts. Yep. I don't want to run it too long without cooling in the radiator, but it sounds like they definitely already cut the cats off of it. But man, it is kind of crazy how clean that thing is to be 293,000 miles. I thought it was 173. I guess I'm blind. Well, I don't know if I still want it now, that many mileage, but we'll look around at some other stuff. Check out what I just found. Now, first, that may not look like much to anybody else, but check this out. Check out the column. We got a tilting, a tilt column with a nice wheel and a key. Look at that seat, nice and vinyl. We won't mess it up with my filthy clothes. It's probably a little too nice for me. I'm gonna have to get these. I couldn't resist. I just had to go ahead and buy them S10 parts. And I'm still trying to figure out what this wheel is off of. If y'all got any idea, just comment and let me know, because I've never seen an S10 with a wheel like that on it. I'm thinking it's maybe a Beretta or a Camaro or something. Y'all let me know. I picked up that seat too. Not too bad a shape. They pulled the wheels by accident, so they just give them to me, which I can't complain. I always need a set of wheels to roll junk projects around on. The old Ford is starting to become a catch-all for all these junkyard seats that I got. Bonus points to anybody that can tell me what year this truck is. I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna make you guess.